Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some big news coming out from the Russia and Ukraine war to share with you. We've got numerous reports indicating that Ukraine has invaded Russia's Kursk region. Apparently, there was an attack that was launched, and Ukraine, along with potentially the Freedom of Russia Legion, and if you guys don't know who the Freedom of Russia Legion is, it's a Ukrainian based paramilitary unit of Russian citizens that opposes the invasion of Ukraine. And this same group has invaded Russia before. I think this happened, if I'm not mistaken, sometime around March or April, somewhere there. It was a few months ago where we actually had this same group, the Freedom of Russia Legion, invade the Belgorod region as well in Russia. And we had massive fighting breaking out, even with the police. The police, along with the Russian military, was fighting with the Freedom of Russia Legion. And it looks like this same group has moved into the Kursk region in Russia with Ukraine, and elements of Ukraine's 22nd Mechanized Brigade and possibly strikers from the 82nd Air Assault Brigade attempted an advance into the Kursk Oblast. So from what I'm hearing is this was an attempt. The Russians are coming out and saying that this situation was controllable, that the military was working to fight back against the invaders. And we also heard that a Russian KA-52 helicopter, which I believe is also known as the Alligator, was reportedly shot down. So we've heard of many of these alligators being shot down, the KA-52 Russian helicopter. And it looks like the Ukrainians potentially shot one of these down in the Kursk region as well. So I've got lots of things to kind of go into today. We've got some video footage to share with you as well. So first we're going to go into an article that I have pulled up for you, and then we will jump over on X, and I've got videos and extra information on there to kind of go over this topic. So obviously the situation is unfolding. This just started somewhere in the last like 8 to 12 hours, something like that, inside of Russia, and it's ongoing at this time. As far as I know, this situation is not over. It's still developing. So let me jump over to Reuters here just for a moment and show you the information. This is coming from Russia's Ministry of Defense, okay? This is what they are saying. Says Russia says Ukrainian forces cross into border region. Official says situation is controllable. Okay, August 6th, and it was updated just an hour ago at the time I record this. Here's a photo of some damage here in one of the towns. There's lots of video footage. We won't be able to show everything because I'll be here forever all day if I show you guys all the video footage, but I'll show you some of it. Lots of towns have been destroyed on the border just from this attack. Okay, apparently it was a pretty massive attack from the Ukrainians and the Freedom of Russia Legion that attacked this area. And obviously Ukraine's not messing around here too. Okay, they're willing to move into to Russian territory and attack them. And this is very close to Sumy, by the way, Sumy region, which we've been expecting an attack from the Russians for a while, and they haven't launched that offensive in that region. So it says here, Russia's defense ministry said on Tuesday that Ukraine had launched an attack into Russia's southern Kursk region, but Moscow's forces had responded, and the region's acting governor described the situation on the border as controllable. Russian reports earlier noted that the incursion and said it had moved in reserves to help repel hundreds of fighters backed by tanks. The regional governor said 3 people were killed. The enemy today launched another attempt to break into the territory of Russia's Kursk region. The latest defense ministry statement said, artillery fire, army aviation strikes, and drone strikes are being inflicted on the enemy. The ministry appeared to have deleted an earlier account of the attack in which it said a Ukrainian sabotage group had suffered heavy losses and retreated into Ukrainian territory. Also says here, Kursk regional governor Alexei Smirnov, writing on Telegram late in the evening, said Ukrainian forces had shelled a border area, including injuring 2 children. Local officials said the border town of Sudza had also come under attack. Smirnov also posted a video on Telegram telling residents, I ask you to remain calm and not to be subject to the enemy's information provocations. The situation is controllable. So that's what they keep saying. It's a controllable situation. They're assuming they are taking control of this attack that has taken place here. So obviously we'll find out more information if that's true or not as we move on in the next few days here. Ukraine's military authorities in Sumy region on the other side of the border from Russia's Kursk region said Ukrainian forces had destroyed a Russian ballistic missile, 2 drones, and a helicopter in the region. Okay, so we even had a ballistic missile destroyed, 2 drones, and a helicopter. Unofficial Ukrainian military blogs showed pictures of what they described as the destroyed helicopter and other equipment. Ukraine's general staff, in a regular update, reported Russian strikes on border villages, but made no mention of any Ukrainian offensive operation at the border. And it also says here Reuters was unable to verify battlefield accounts from either side. Okay, so that's basic information that we're hearing from Russia's Ministry of Defense. Now I want to move over to X and see what we get from independent sources, what kind of information is being reported, show you guys some of the video footage of on the ground, what's happening inside the Kursk region while this attack was taking place. So let's go ahead and jump on over here to X. From Igor Sushko, Russian side reports that Ukrainian forces crossed the border into Kursk region. Reports of skirmishes about 200 meters into Russia, probably done by the actual good Russians of the Russian Freedom Legion, Russian Volunteer Corps, who physically fight Russian fascists. So he took a picture here just to kind of show you guys a map of where this took place. So this is the Kursk region right here, this red outlined region, and it's very close to Sumy. Okay, Kharkiv is down here. Here's the Belgorod Oblast, and then next to that is Kursk. Okay, so it's kind of northwest of Kharkiv. Okay, so take a look at this from Vicegrad 24. Breaking: intense fighting taking place in the Russian region of Kursk after soldiers and tanks crossed into the region of Ukraine, Freedom of Russia Legion, and launched attacks against the Russian army. Russian jets can be seen flying low over the region. So take a look at this video real quick. It's 27 seconds, and then we'll talk about it after.
Тут пизда, нахуй, самолеты над головой, прикинь, летают, нахуй, истребители. Это, блядь, догорает, вон тачка, нахуй, даже хуй пожарка едет, понял? Тут пизда полная, лянь, ёб твою мать. Ебать, нахуй, я в ахуе.
All right, so it looks like massive chaos to me. We've got fires breaking out here. We've got these warplanes flying over extremely low. So that means they must have been conducting some strikes low to the ground while they were flying over. And looks like, I don't know, is this some sort of semi-truck that caught on fire? Who knows what happened here? But this is only the beginning of what we're going to see more. Obviously, there was major battles being taken place here on the border. And from what I heard as well, if I didn't mention this, is it seems like the Ukrainians, along with the Russian Freedom Legion, had when they pushed in, I think they took something like 7 kilometers of land. That's how far they were able to get into Russian territory before they begun to take fire from the Russians. So this is exactly very similar to what we saw happening in the Belgorod region a few months ago. And I don't even know what happened to that. It was reported for maybe like a week. And then after that, it kind of just quieted down. I don't know if the Russians just managed to take control at some point. But pretty crazy what we're seeing here, guys. Got to be very scary seeing those planes flying over you like that, very close to you. So check this out as well from Bliskovka. More footage from the Susansky district in the Kursk region. So we've got more video footage here. It's only 5 seconds, but we'll take a look at this real quick as well. Okay, I wanted to let that roll a couple times since it's very short, but something clearly exploded here on the side of the road. I don't know if that was maybe an artillery round or a missile or I don't know what struck right there, but this guy's just driving down the road and then something explodes on the side of the road. So absolutely insane, guys. I can't imagine these people that are just trying to live their life and all of a sudden there's a war zone breaking out. But this is exactly what's going on in Ukraine all the time. And obviously Ukraine wants to bring the fight to the Russians too. And we heard just not even a month ago, we heard from Viktor Orban, the Hungarian prime minister. He said that this war was going to intensify over the coming months. Now we're starting to see that, okay? Now we're seeing Ukraine along with the Freedom Russian Legion moving into Russia, trying to take over the Kursk region or whatever they possibly can. So absolutely insane, guys. Take a look at this as well from Igor Sushko. Also, apparently, so we had this attack on the Morozovsk military base a few days ago. I wasn't able to cover that, unfortunately. There's been so much happening in the Middle East, so I've been kind of focusing on that. But the Morozovsk military base came under attack. Massive drone attack from the Ukrainians just a few days ago. I think it was here August 2nd, actually. Here's video footage. We won't watch it because it's not relating to this video too much. But massive attack on the military base of Morozovsk. And this base has come under attack multiple times. And it looks like we've got confirmation, according to Igor Sushko, that an Su-34 was destroyed in the Ukrainian strikes on Morozovsk military base several days ago. So I wanted to show you this real quick as well because I thought this was interesting when this came out. So this is an Su-34 fighter bomber, excuse me, and this is one of the aircrafts that drop glide bombs all over Ukraine, and I've talked a lot about these glide bombs. They're very devastating, so take a look. Okay, so just some quick footage there, only 8 seconds of what appears to be an Su-34 fighter bomber that has been destroyed in the Ukrainian drone attacks that took place just a few days ago. So I thought this was absolutely insane too, that this thing was destroyed in this strike. We kept hearing that. We were hearing that an Su-34 may have been hit or even multiples. I did hear that a few days ago. But again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to cover this information. There's just been so much happening in the Middle East with Iran and wanting to strike Israel. But this was something big that did happen. So I wanted to share that with you guys since we're talking about Russia and Ukraine. So also here from Vicegrad24 breaking, Ukraine breaks its record for strike against the most distant oil refinery, the Transneft oil refinery in Usinsk in the Komi Republic. It's more than 2,000 kilometers away. So this was some big news that happened recently too. Fuel depot really far away. I mean, look at how far away it is from Ukraine down here, 2,000 kilometers away. And this is something that we heard months ago, that Ukraine was going to start having the ability to strike oil refineries, 2,000, maybe up to 3,000 kilometers way deep into Russia at some point. And their drones have been very effective at doing this. We've covered numerous stories of fuel depots in Russia being destroyed by Ukrainian drones. So I wanted to share that with you as well. So take a look at this. This is the video footage coming out from the Transneft oil refinery. So it says here from Bliskovka, at the oil refinery Transneft in the Republic of Koma, there was an explosion, a fire started, Russian media reports. All employees were evacuated. The cause of the accident is unknown. So just take a look at this real quick as well. So pretty crazy here to see this fire breaking out at an oil refinery 2,000 kilometers away, okay? That is crazy that they were able to target this that far. But again, like I said, Ukraine's been getting upgraded drones where they can start doing this. So this is going to be a major threat to Russia's oil depots, oil refineries that are much further away from the front line. None of these oil depots are going to be safe from these attacks anymore. They were for a while, but as of the last month or two, we started to hear that Ukraine was going to be able to do that. So check this out as well. From the Kursk region, from Jason J. Smart, a whole unit of Russians surrendered and were captured in the Kursk region of Russia. Russia's defeat and Ukraine's victory near. So 10-second video of apparently some Russian troops that were captured in the Kursk region when this border invasion began. So I don't think there's any sound of this video. I think it's pretty much just silent, but we can see some troops walking here. And there's some, these might be Ukrainian troops kind of following behind them after they had captured this group of soldiers. This is what's being reported widely on X right now. So that's some big news regarding Ukraine. Wanted to share that with you. And finally, one last thing regarding this Russian KA-52 helicopter from Toga. So a Russian KA-52 helicopter was shot down in the Kursk region of Russia. It cost $16 million. Okay, this is a photo of what one of these helicopters looked like. And what was reported initially is that one of these for sure were shot down and destroyed. And again, we've probably seen, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these just in the last few months being taken down in the skies of Ukraine and also in Russian territory. So there's another photo there for you as well. So yeah, guys, pretty crazy what's happening here. This is going to be a developing story. I'll try to follow this as much as I possibly can. See if I can put out another update video later if we get more information regarding this invasion into Russia. But pretty insane that once again, Ukraine has been able to pull this off, but this is obviously along with the Russian Freedom Legion. These are Russian fighters that want to fight back against the Russian invaders of Ukraine, okay? So they're just fighting on behalf of the Ukrainian army. So let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.